Welcome to another day in my life. And since everyone wanted to see how the regular iPhone 13 performs in real world usage, I decided to put it to the test. This morning I woke up at around 8:30 a.m. with a full night's charge. On weekends, I take longer to fully get out of bed since I know I don't have much work to do. So usually I just use this time to catch up on messages I missed overnight until I get bored. However, today might be a busy day based on this calendar lineup. And yes, I'm using the stock Apple Calendar app. Also, I'm not sure how I feel about going outside today because it's negative 22 degrees. So that just doesn't sound fun at all. The first thing I did after my morning routine was my 20-minute workout. I started to add workouts to my weekly routine, either in the mornings or evenings at least 3 times per week. I used the Nike training app for this and it went pretty well. The speakers were loud enough while I was working out and also listening to music. I could hear my trainer clearly without any distortions.
Your elbows and squeeze your shoulder blades together on each rep. Up next, reverse crunch.
Alright, just finished my workout. That workout was like 24 minutes. It's currently 9:50 right now. As you guys can see, if you guys can see it, 9:50. And I had it was playing like music. It had the voice trainer going on. Was running the Nike Train app. Screen on all the time. 98% battery life. I don't really have much time. I have my my driving class. During my 10-minute downtime, I just went on TikTok, checked out my YouTube sub feed, and also drank my protein shake until my driving instructor came. So if you're wondering, yes, I'm using my new wallpaper pack called Space. It's very much space themed and it looks fantastic on OLED screens. There's over 18 wallpapers in this pack, including a mobile version and also a desktop version. This is by far my favorite drop so far, and I hope to see you guys with them over on Twitter and my Discord server. I'll leave the first link down below in the description. Hi. Morning. Driving lessons today was pretty chill, as it was just my last driving lesson before my actual test. I didn't really do much since I already knew everything, but we still just polished up on parallel parking, drove on the main road, and as you can see I look pretty awkward in the car right now because my legs are just so long, it's just kind of funny. But yeah, we did that for around 30 minutes or so, and then finally we headed back home. Oh, I'm hardly get out of the car. Alright, bye. Alright guys, it's currently 10:51. I didn't really use my phone that much, honestly, to be honest with you guys. I was just driving around, take a shower, chill, then I have to go to the barber to edit a video. There's a lot of things I need to do. Before I took a shower, I made some delicious tea. Decided to hop onto Reddit to post my desk setup in the battle station subreddit so I could just flex, and then I proceeded to waste about 40 minutes on my couch just watching TikToks. Then I got a call from my uncle. Alright, yeah, I won't be home at that time, so yeah. Okay, Then I went back to wasting time on YouTube videos, but most importantly, replying to your beautiful comments, scrolling through Twitter and Instagram, you know, just some regular human being stuff. Alright guys, can you even see me? It's 12 right now, 12 p.m. As you guys can see, 12 p.m. and we currently have 80% battery life. I would say this phone is actually doing pretty good, but I'm feeling kind of hungry, so I'm just gonna order some food. Alright, so I just placed my order. The food will be here soon. Now let's go over to Twitter because I just told you guys, I just told everyone to say hi. So let's look at everybody's replies. So shout out to Slush, everybody that replied, yes, you're in the YouTube video, the day in the life video. If you see yourself, just comment down below saying where you saw yourself. Now I'm just gonna wait for the food, chill, take a shower, and try to catch some of that Manchester United game before I head to the barber. Even though I said I was going to chill, I remembered I had to edit a video for work, which is just a simple social media post for an apartment walkthrough we did. Also, this video was shot entirely on the iPhone 13 handheld, no gimbal. I ended up editing the video on my phone because why not? The iPhone 13 has an A15 Bionic chip inside, which is 50% faster than any phone on the market, except the iPhone 13 Pro. The app I'm using to edit the videos is called CapCut, and it could be found on the App Store. It's really good, and it also has TikTok integration. So with all that power paired up with CapCut, it feels like I'm just using Premiere Pro on my iPhone. The 6.1-inch display was plenty enough for me to edit videos on. The screen resolution wasn't that issue. The colors look vibrant and text looks sharp thanks to that OLED screen. There's no 120Hz on the 13 model, but I didn't even realize it until I was writing this very script and talking about screen specs. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying the iPhone 13 should have 60Hz. Apple really slacked off here, not even added 90Hz refresh rate, but whenever you're using this phone, it just feels as if it's something that you don't even realize again, and it's just something you have to experience to know and feel. But some people really could tell the difference, especially those who games on their iPhones. Roughly, the video took me around 15 minutes to edit, but I ran into a couple Toy issues, so my manager called so I could log in, and then while I was editing to post the video, my Uber Eats pulled up, so I had to grab that before it froze. I wanted to watch the Manchester United game, so I ate in the living room and streamed the match using the DAZN app. This DAZN app could also be found on the App Store. Thanks to Google Chromecast and my Google Chrome TV, I was able to share it right straight to the TV just over Wi-Fi, which is really cool. And oh yeah, I just posted that video to TikTok and Instagram as well, so hope the videos do well like the previous one did. Yes! Let's go, Bruno! Bruno! Let's go! 2-0 before I leave, bro. Come on, lads! At around 2 p.m, I called the barber to see if I could make my appointment, and right after that, I hopped into a Discord call with my friends. So yeah, that was a pretty good call. Shout out to Matt if you're watching this video.
I started a video, I was like, oh, I got 20 minutes, and I completely forgot.
Oh, you did a TikTok? My Uber driver was so cool again, and he even asked to drop a sub. I swear, Canadians are just so nice. I just wanted to check on the Manchester United game, only to realize that we drew the game. So I didn't really use my phone as much until I got to the barbershop. At the barbershop, I had to grab a ticket and wait until it was my turn. So I just hopped onto Reddit, answered a few questions, then checked Twitter, checked my messages, messaged a couple friends, listened to some music on Spotify until it was my turn. Unfortunately, after waiting for about an hour or so, I decided to leave because I wouldn't be able to make it in time for my Apple appointment. So then I just headed over to the bus stop. And actually, I checked my Presta card balance and it wasn't enough, so I had to top up using the NFC, and it worked pretty fine. Bus came at around 4:07 p.m. and now it's time to head into Toronto.
Now I'm trying to win, trying to couple bins. I've been down to get it on my own. All these people got me bent. I cannot pretend. That is why I keep it on the low. But now I'm trying to get.
Finally, I arrived in Toronto. Every time I get here, I just feel inspired. I just really wanted to see how the iPhone 13 would perform. We know we have two 12-megapixel camera. One's an ultra wide and one's a main. Unfortunately, we don't get any macro lens, and also we don't get any telephoto lens. If I was to be completely honest, I do miss the telephoto lens, but I could care less about the macro lens on the iPhone 13 because when I'm using my iPhone 13 Pro, I've been using it and I can't tell the last time I ever took a macro photo, but that could just be only me. 35% battery life, if you guys could see it, at 4:50 p.m. So right now, I just have to head to the Apple Store to pick up my MacBook. Then I have the Condo showings, but I just saw like this area that I'm in right now just has some beautiful architecture. It's called the Maple Leaf Square here in Toronto. So I'm just gonna take a couple pictures around the area before it gets to sundown, because sun, it comes down quick in the winter times. But yeah, let's go. know I was running late for the Apple store, but I headed over there, and guess what? For the first time, the Apple employees were super chill. They was just asking what I was filming today. I told them I was filming a YouTube video, and they actually dropped a sub. So shout out to you guys if you're watching this, and also thank you for bringing out my 16-inch MacBook Pro. But now it's time to meet up with my realtor so we could check out a couple condo listings which I think you guys would like to see. All will be shot on the iPhone 13. Also guys, one thing I realized so far since using the 13 is how light it is compared to the 13 Pro, man. I don't really miss any features, but the screen is scratched up. I'm not sure how the screen is scratched up. I've only been using it for a week, but yeah, I don't know if Apple needs to work on the scratch resistance on the screen, but there's just tons of scratches on the screen. I'm supposed to meet my realtor at Bay Street, and I have 26%. Come on, 26% battery life. So as you can see right now, I just got my time sensitive notification from the Apple Calendar app right here. So we just have to find Bay Street. So I'm not sure if I have to Uber there, but hopefully I could get there fast enough. I'm at the Eaton Center, so I'm just gonna call an Uber to get to 33 Bay Street right now. It's kind of behind schedule.
No worries.
Alright.
I'll see you in a little bit, okay?
Alright, thanks. Alright, so I called an Uber and I was a bit confused since I didn't know the street I was on, but the Uber was literally across the street all along. Drove down to meet up with my realtor, and here we are now looking at the first unit. This is the first unit. Shout out to Demetrius.
What's going on, guys?
#1 realtor on social media. Shout out to him. But yeah, this is the first unit, 600 square feet. Said it's kind of hard to like actually take in what it looks like, especially because like all the
There's a lot of stuff in here,
yeah.
but it's a big condo.
I would say this is like top 3 for like everything I've seen so far. Because you have a lot of, I like the open space, you know.
Well, on the view too.
Yeah, you could have the desk set up right there. I'm just always thinking where I'm putting my desk. So it's nighttime. This is the ultra wide camera, so it might be a bit grainy, guys. But over that side where it's just pitch black, that's the lake. And yeah, the iPhone doing a really good job in low light right now because it's pitch black. So we successfully checked out the first unit. It's kind of hard to imagine what it actually looks like because someone's actually living there at the moment. So now let's check out the second condo unit, which I think has a little bit more flair to it. This unit is in the heart of King West, so entertainment is not lacking in this neighborhood, but what was lacking is the space. It was only around 500 square feet and had very tight living area. Also, if you try to open the dishwasher, it's like literally touching the couch, and the balcony was just super small. On the bright side though, it had some pretty decent views, and the CN Tower was the main selling point. I must admit, all the finishes inside this condo is very modern, which I know a lot of people would appreciate, and also it has a decently sized bedroom with a walk-in closet, but for $2,000 a month, I don't think it's worth it. So this is the final unit, a 1 bed, 1 bath, just around 500 square feet, but had way better use of space. It's also in the King West area, so it's very lively and just overall a younger neighborhood. Whoever staged this unit did a really good job, and I'm actually just taking notes. The living area was tight, as you can see. The kitchen is right inside the living room. I was also very curious to see if I could fit my 75-inch desk inside of this living area where I could have my PC and my monitor setups. So I just used the measure app on the iPhone 13 just to get a little gist of where things would be, and I think that came in pretty handy. And moving on over to the bedroom, I think it was decent. And you also get amazing views from your bedroom, which not a lot of people in Toronto can say. If you love natural lighting, this unit would fit you perfect. And don't worry about me, guys. I already found my apartment and I'll be moving in next week. But overall, I think the third unit was my favorite, especially how they did the bathroom with the IKEA pegboard. I'm definitely stealing that idea. But this unit goes for around $2,100 a month, and to me, I think it's just around that plain park where if you have the money, you should definitely pick this up if it's just you alone and you need a place to stay. Alright, your boy is freezing out here. It's currently 7:51, as you guys can see, and let's see how much battery we have. We have 7% battery life. I'm gonna head inside so we can go over to the battery stuff to see how we perform today. But yeah, I just wanted to tap in with you guys to let you know that we're doing good. Alright guys, so as usual with these videos I do a little battery update. So it's currently 8:12, 6% battery life. I didn't use the phone that much since my last talk with the camera, of course, but let's just jump on over to the settings in our battery percentage right here. So you can see for the last 24 hours, 9 hours and 34 minutes screen on time and 9 hours and 3 minutes screen off. The camera app we use a lot as well, so let's just go to the time. 57 minutes with the camera app because we stored 3 condos today and I only used the iPhone 13. Yes, the iPhone 13 recorded all those condo videos you guys saw today. Let me know down below in the comments which one you think was the best. Let me know down below in the comments what do you guys think about the battery performance. I have to catch the bus soon guys, I don't want to miss it, and I'm not going to use the phone as much because I did not bring any charger for the device. I didn't go fully Cocoa Puffs though. I brought my iPhone 13 mini right here. I love this phone. I always have it with me just in case the 13 dies. I could just switch over my SIM card, but I will not be charging this phone until I get home. The ride home is probably like an hour, so I'll meet you guys there. All right, so today was a very fun-filled day. It was super cold outside and my iPhone is narrowing down to being dead. At this point, it's around 8:50 p.m. and I only have 1% battery left, and my mom just decided to call me. We spoke for around, I don't know, 20 seconds and then my phone died. Yes, the iPhone 13 died, but just bear in mind that obviously I could have brought a portable charger, used the phone less, or charge whenever I thought it would be convenient. But that's not the point of this video. The point of the video is just to use the phone throughout the day, just to see how long the battery will hold up, and I could definitely see you could get a full day's use out of the iPhone 13. I've been using the iPhone 13 for over a week now, and honestly, coming from the 13 Pro, I still can't find what I'm really missing. I totally forgot about the 120Hz refresh rate, and I didn't even remember about the macro mode until I was making this very video. To be honest, at times I miss the telephoto lens, but I just don't think it's worth the extra money. Anyways, today was a great day for the iPhone 13 and I would recommend it to anyone looking to buy a new phone. You definitely don't need to go Pro unless you need those Pro features. Now, I'll just place mine to charge up. Meanwhile, I eat some food. Hey Siri, turn off bedroom lights.